Everyone's got a new image today.
I know. I was
Apart
just
from me.
thinking
I feel like I should have switched something up.
yeah. That's
First
crazy.
time I've seen you with your hair down, LB.
Yeah, I'm just because when I put it up, it's been tugging. I'm like tugging in my hairline. I feel like it's going back, so I was like, let me just leave it down for a bit and just see if I can recover a little bit.
That
I
looks
hear you
sick.
on that. Dreads kind of did that to my corners.
Yeah. Oh, did you find that when you had it like tight whenever you had the dreads tied up?
Yeah, man, definitely. Now that I've cut it, I mean, it's never gonna grow back, but it's at least a little bit better than how it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not usually a hat guy.
Yeah. First time I've seen you in a hat.
Nah,
This is traveling, Ocean. This is the best
He's
known
changed,
hat.
man.
He's like in his element in Thailand right now. He's got his backpack on as well.
nah, never that.
Yeah. It's giving me like Usher vibes or like early 2000s vibes. In a good way, though. Yeah. Nah, it looks
I
sick.
hear you.
Yeah. But yeah, what you
guys
been
been
on
up
with?
to?
Oh, you go first, Jay.
This week, pretty standard week to be honest. I've just been working on loops more than anything, just cooking up samples. Didn't actually make many beats this week. I don't exactly know what my next product is yet, but it's not gonna be drill. I think I'm either gonna do like some like all around trap where it's got like normal trap loops, like UK rap, even like some soul that could be used for trap. I might just and then drums along that line as well. Either that or something boom bap. It's going to be one of those two, I think, just to switch it up. So I've just been working on samples just to see what happens. Just not drill samples for once. So yeah, cooking up loops. Tattoo day yesterday, and then
Oh yeah,
that's it this
how
week.
was that?
I was just telling Liam, it's like, well, you've had one before. You know, they're never enjoyable, man. I always look forward to the finishing piece, like the end result, but they're just long days, man. Those half days where it's like 3 hours, 4 hours, they're all right, but when it's like 6, 7 hours, by the end of it, you're just knackered, man.
That's how long
Anyone
it
that
was for
says
you.
they enjoy the pain, it's like you're lying. You just, I don't know. Either you're a psycho or you just haven't had them for long enough. Like you've only done like a 2 hour one or something.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're doing 6 hours, then that's insane.
I think,
6,
yeah, I
7
usually
hours.
get there for like 9:30, does the stencil and stuff, and then finishes at like 6. So they are long days.
Yeah, that is a lot. I can imagine that just after a
How
while.
long
Yeah.
did yours
not
take,
being that
Ocean?
like an hour and a half max.
Oh, shit.
Ah, it's a breeze.
Yeah, it wasn't
easy.
too bad.
Yeah. My girl just got one yesterday, or she got 2 little ones. She got like a little, literally just like a smiley face, and then like a love heart with a flame coming out. But it literally took like 20 minutes, like super quick.
What did you say about the pain?
She said it wasn't too bad. She thought it was way less than what she thought it would be. She thought she was going to pass out, but then yeah, it wasn't. In the end, it was over and done with like pretty quick, so it wasn't too bad. Yeah.
Nice.
No, I was just gonna say if you're gonna get one still.
Yeah, that's kind of like pushing me to finally do it. So I'm going to try and get it booked in. Not try, I'm going to get it booked in like maybe for next week. So yeah, get it done.
Oh yeah, you
I was
bitched
gonna
out
get it
the
done in-
last one that you had.
Yeah, I was
booked in.
going to get it done in Hood's one when you did your last session,
Yeah.
when we were down for Chucky's thing. But yeah, just
Yeah.
pussied out in the end.
So
Once
is
you
that
start
it for
getting
you,
them though,
Jay?
they are addictive. Nah, because I've still got this arm to finish. So he's done. I've got like obviously this right hand and arm's fully done. My chest is fully done, and then he's done the outside of this arm, and he's just started the inside. So I've still got like a couple more full days on the inside of my arm, and then after that, I don't know. I've got my right leg done, but I haven't got my left leg, so I might feel a bit unbalanced once this thing's done. But I kind of just want it to be over now.
Yeah.
Would you
So
get
we'll
like
see. I'm gonna
any
chill
neck
for a bit
ones?
after this arm.
or like face ones?
Don't think face ones. I'm open to neck ones, but it would have to be something that I really wanted, I think. I don't know.
You get like a cactus instead of a teardrop, little cactuses. And,
That'd be good for branding.
Yeah. I have got a cactus on my leg actually. It's just never out, so people don't see it. But yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, maybe I think neck ones look cool. But I don't know. I'm not sure yet. How about you? Would you do that?
Maybe.
My
I don't
my
know.
next one. I mean, the only idea that I have for my next one is a neck tattoo, but it's a big commitment. I don't know.
What would it
I'm
be?
still like going back and forth. I want to get like some, what do you call them, birds, but birds that come like all the way to the back of my neck. But like on the back of my
So
neck is a bigger bird, and then it
yeah.
kind of gets smaller, and also like the color shifts from like dark to like open. Oh, sorry. How can I explain this? Like black and white until it gets like no color, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Like it
Like a
slowly
gradient
fades
kind of
out.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
but with detail. I don't know if I'm explaining it well, but I can
No,
picture
no,
it.
that makes sense. I can imagine that. That's pretty
But yeah,
sick.
a neck one is a big one to commit to, and I don't know yet. So I'm just holding it off for now.
Yeah. It's funny because people, like even with me getting my hand done, when I bump into certain people, they're like, "Oh, you're not worried about having your hand tatted?" Like when I bump into like my uncles and stuff, they're like, What if you have an interview or something?" Like I work for myself. I'm
Yeah,
never gonna have that issue, but
Gonna
I
fight.
feel like
You're
even
gonna
if
fire yourself.
people did want to go to a job, like it's 2024, man. People are way more open to people having tattoos at the moment. It's not like
Yeah.
back in the day.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, I don't mind them being on show.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe a neck one at some point. I just want to chill for a bit now because I've just had like appointments every month for a while. So once this whole thing's done, like this whole just want to chill then.
Like, yeah, that's a lot of hours sitting in the tattoo chair, man.
It is, man. It is. I'm there again in like 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks after that, and then I think I've got 3 more booked, and then his wait list is like over a year anyway. So even if I want to book something in now, unless there's like a cancellation, I'd have to wait at least a year.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. How's Thailand right now? Because it's raining here, man. Open up the curtains this morning, it was just grey and miserable. And I was thinking, I bet when Ocean opens up the curtains, he's just seeing some nice sights right now, or at least feeling the heat.
Yeah, I think most days it's like 35 to 40 degrees. So it's really
Damn.
hot. It rained once though. It rained for the first time in a long time, but
Once.
I think it rained at night because when I woke up, it was pretty much done.
Yeah.
It's been really hot.
Have you been going out much, like exploring Thailand, or you just in work mode at the moment?
Pretty much work mode. I haven't really been going to like other places and that. But my brother, my mum, and my dad is coming
Oh,
not next
sick.
week, but the following week. So that's the time that I'm just gonna like chill, go down to the
Yeah.
islands, kind of do like I mean, I've done the touristy stuff before, but just do like a bit
Yeah.
more touristy stuff with them and just kind of chill out because I have been in routine mode for sure. Like wake up,
Yeah.
wake up, work, gym. Maybe I'll go out in the evening, but not too much. Just like every now and again, if someone calls me, like, yeah, let's go golfing, and like, all right, cool, why not? I'm kind of free with that kind of stuff. I don't really restrict too hard
Yeah.
for like a good activity. I do try and do like
Course.
new stuff every now and again, but for the most part, yeah, just in routine.
Is it no days off at the moment as well?
I try and take Sundays off or maybe like a half day off,
Right.
but like I don't know. I don't really feel like I'm necessarily working too hard, even though I'm working. I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's a good balance over the week in general.
Yeah.
Even though like I do put in my hours and stuff, it never really feels like I'm grinding anyway. So I don't necessarily
Definitely.
feel like tired. Do you know what I mean? I kind of just
Yeah.
stuff needs to get done today. Let's just do it.
Of course,
Kind of
yeah.
thing.
I feel you
Yeah.
there,
My,
definitely.
my routine feels different to when I was in the UK. UK felt like I was grinding. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there was resistance.
Is that
and I was
because
trying
of
to
the
push
commuting and
resistance.
everything?
Maybe it's just the change of energy and the change of scenery that's
Yeah.
made me a bit more relaxed. To be fair with you,
I guess walking
I-
through London just seems hectic, doesn't it? Like,
yeah, man.
it
Yeah.
just puts you in a weird state.
I wouldn't say like I'm working less than I was in London. maybe but I feel like in London it felt like I was working harder, if that makes sense. Even though maybe I wasn't, I was just kind of spinning my wheels a bit.
Yeah,
I hear that.
Yeah.
The daily routine video looked good though. I watched that. Look like you found a nice gym, some nice little food spots to go to as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
You finally joined the
definitely.
coffee addicts.
Someone
Go for
left
the
a
dark
funny
side.
comment.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you were like, I'm not addicted, but I really like it. I really like the taste or something.
Yeah, I can't lie though. You've been a coffee drinker for a long time. Maybe it's different for you, but do you feel like that caffeine boost? Because I definitely feel it when I drink the caffeine. Like, I don't know, I just feel more alert, and I kind of like that feeling as well.
Yeah, I think I do. Obviously, I don't have like crazy strong coffees though.
So,
It's gonna sound like I'm
do
into it now, but
after about 6 coffees.
yeah, it's more part of like routine because I'll get up, go gym, come back, have some food, and then I'd sit down, I'd have my coffee, and I don't know, it's more like a start the day type of thing. It's just part of the routine. But yeah, like this morning, so I'm not really working today, but if it's like a weekend on my day off, I don't know, I love just fucking getting up, maybe having a quick little snack, but then just chilling in bed with a coffee. There's something's satisfying and relaxing about it. But yeah, I think I do. I don't have like crazy strong ones. Like when you go to Starbucks and shit, and they give you like 3 shots in the drink. I'm only having like 1 shot in each one, so it's not like I'm having 3 Starbucks ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that, man. Yeah,
It does hit.
don't know,
I feel like
I like it as part of the routine.
Yeah, it's a good way to start off the day, isn't it? I feel like the chain coffee, like they hit way harder. Do you not feel like if you get like a Starbucks one, like an Americano, you just get like the coffee shakes and like it really like hits. So I don't know, it must put way more caffeine in like the I don't know what went into it.
I had a strong Americano this week for like the first time. I usually don't get that, but I switched it to Americanos now. And I don't know how, but like 3 hours later, I just looked at my hand and it was like, shake. It's like, fucking hell.
Bro, you know when we did that, the first link up at the that house in Essex, we were because Jay, you picked me up from the station and then we stopped off. I had a Costa coffee on the train, just a black coffee, and then we stopped off as well for another one. So I had 2 within like 2 hours. And then when we got to the house, I was literally shaking the entire day, like until about maybe like 10 p.m. I was just like shaking. Everyone was making beats. I was like first time meeting all the guys, and I'm just there like fucking like shaking. My mouse is fucking shaking all over the screen.
That was funny.
Oh man,
yeah,
so
I think
bad.
if you're not used to it, especially, and then you have 2 intense ones like that, because certain coffee shops as well make stronger ones than other ones. So like, it depends how intense they are. But yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, literally. And you guys heard Metro's new song? I don't know if it's like an actual album or just the one song.
I think he's put out an album now.
Yeah,
Is
with
it the whole
Future. I
album?
was listening to it this morning.
Yeah, I
Is it
heard the
good?
song with Kendrick,
Mm.
but I haven't listened to the album.
I heard the one with
Did
Future.
you listen to the full thing, Ocean?
I think I've listened to like 70% of it. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's like it's a cool collab tape. It's like a proper Metro tape again. Just
Yeah.
like
Nice.
a classic trap, Future doing his thing. But I think everyone was talking about the Kendrick diss to Drake and J. Cole, right?
What sparked
he
that
dissed them?
beef?
Have you
Fully
heard it?
sold them out. Yeah.
Yeah, you
No,
got to
I've
check
not
that
heard
out,
it.
man.
Yeah.
It's brought
Shit,
some
what did he say?
excitement back into the game, man. I used to love rap beef. You know when
Yeah.
I don't know, you hear like a couple of subliminal disses every now and again in tracks, but I remember like a while back there was like full on back-to-back beef on tracks. I used to love that, man, because I feel like that's when you hear the best out of a rapper. That's when you find out who can actually rap and who's not just making like catchy songs in a diss track.
It could become making a comeback, you know,
So
because
I'm all for it.
Gunna dissed Young Thug in that last song that he dropped with Offset. It was it's called Prada Them, but it's it's such a sick song. The beat is so hard, it's so simple, but it just hits.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. But yeah, he dissed. I can't remember what he said about Young Thug, but he said something in like in Gunna's verse, And yeah, it's
I
like
need
a
to
slide
check that
diss.
out. I haven't even heard that
Same.
yet.
Yeah, it's hard.
Same.
I think
It's
there's a
really
couple
hard.
projects that have just dropped. Do you know why the thing with Kendrick and Drake started? Or is it just a thing where he's just calling them out just to get some excitement and
I
start a
don't
little
know. I
competition?
can only guess. Maybe it was because Drake and J Cole did the first person shooter,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like those two as the goats kind of thing. So maybe
Maybe.
Kendrick felt left out. I don't know. That's my perception of it. That Kendrick should have been there as well as like the top three.
Yeah.
I don't, maybe they said the top three. I can't really remember, but
Yeah,
I
did they
don't
even
know.
diss
I
him in
think
that
it's kind
song?
of cool that like I don't know. I'm not sure, but I do think it's cool like the top guys are bringing back some competition because
Yeah.
when you rattle Drake, Drake usually comes back very, very hard.
That's true.
He doesn't really back down from a beef, usually. And you never hear Kendrick really coming at people, so I don't know, it'd be
Well,
cool if they
can
go
you
back and
remember that
forth.
track? Like, I can't remember what year it was. There was like Kendrick, Big Sean, and a few others on it. What was
Oh,
the name
fucking
of it?
problem with ASAP Rocky
Don't
2
know if it
Chainz.
was. I'd have to
and
listen
Drake.
to it, but there was a part where Kendrick, it sounded like he's dissing everyone, but I think he was just trying to get some competition going because he says something like, "I've got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you all" or something, and it's like a diss, but he's like not dissing. I don't know. It's strange. I'd have to pull up the lyrics, but I remember back then because all the blog pages were posting it, saying, "Oh, he's sent for everyone. He's sent for everyone." But then when you listen to it, he's saying like, "Nah, I've got love for you all, but this is competition. It's rap, so I'm trying to prove I'm the best. Like, even though I love
Yeah.
you, I'm still coming for you." Like that thing. So I didn't know if it was like another situation like that, or just trying to like, I don't know, claim his status type of thing, or if he was full on falling out with him.
I don't know. But it's kind of interesting as well because he did that on a Metro and a Future album. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, it's kind
Yeah.
of random.
Like Future and Drake is a tag team there. How
And then
how
I've
is
seen
that?
people posting that Metro Boomin had unfollowed Drake, things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how people even clock this stuff. Like, people are searching all the time, but it's like, oh my god, he unfollowed him. Like, it's just a fucking social media unfollow, but obviously there's a reason behind it as well.
Wasn't there some beef
Yeah.
with
But
Drake and not Drake? Yeah, Drake and Metro. Not like maybe like a year or two ago. Something to do with
about what?
I think Drake was like holding a song, or there was something between them two where like Metro wanted to put it out,
Maybe.
put something out, and Drake just wasn't letting him do it, and they just kind of like they just kind of fell out over it. I can't remember exactly what happened, but I'm pretty sure I saw a video somewhere about there being some kind of beef. So maybe it was, maybe that's why Kendrick did it with the Metro on his tape or on his album.
In fact, there's a few rap beefs going on at the moment. I just seen Eminem drop that video with Lemonade, and he's basically dissing Benzino again. Obviously, they've had a beef going on for years, but fully sends for him in this. And then Benzino's just posted that he was doing a music video in, Eminem's restaurant, that Mom's Spaghetti. I think it's in Detroit. I think he filmed a music video there, like sending back to Eminem. So it's a bit of excitement going on, man.
Eminem still going with these diss tracks.
That's kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's because Benzino was on he was somewhere just talking about him. I think they've had like beef from like years ago because didn't Benzino run the Source magazines or something, and he always gave Eminem like low ratings, so they just had like a little beef from back then, and it's just come on for years.
Yeah. Madness.
Exciting though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
Who do you
Exciting
think's had the
times.
best rap beef in
The
history?
best rap beef of ever. Maybe
Best
like a
rap beef, yeah.
honestly, maybe Biggie and Tupac.
I was just about to say, it can't be anyone else,
That's
surely.
True.
Yeah.
And that was like
Was
a
Nas
whole
and Jay-Z
side versus
too?
side. Nas and Jay-Z is a
Yeah.
good one.
I guess the Biggie and Pac was the most like impactful one
Yeah.
because that
50
was like
Cent had
more
some
than
good
just them
beefs.
two, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. 50 Cent Ja Rule, 50
Like
Cent Rick
yeah,
Ross.
he
Ja
came
Rule
for
and Eminem
people,
too.
like, but he like destroyed. But it was never like an even battle with 50. Like he'd just destroy people when he got the beef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who do you think is the king of diss tracks? Like, who would you, if you were a rapper, who would you just not want to get into it with?
Probably 50.
Honestly, low-key Drake as well though, man.
And Drake, yeah.
You think?
Because that Drake and Meek Mill beef, that wasn't a good time for me.
Oh, yeah.
Mill.
Yeah. No, that was, he killed him on that.
It's true.
Yeah.
What about Drake versus Eminem? Who's coming out on that? Eminem in his prime, though, like... I'm trying to think what year. I would just them two in general.
Yeah.
For diss tracks.
But has Eminem had good diss tracks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of any.
He's like the king of all the stuff against like Ja Rule, the Machine Gun Kelly one. Back in the day, he was dissing everyone. He had beef with like Cannabis. He had beef with Benzino, Ja Rule, Mariah Carey. Like
Mariah
everyone.
Carey.
He was like the king of them.
The Mariah Carey one was silly though.
It's so random.
That was ridiculous.
Oh man, I don't know who would win that. Honestly, don't know. That's a tough one.
Quite a few rappers have like said that they'd never want smoke with him. I remember the Game said that back in the day, and then a couple of years ago he started sending for him. But like 50 Cent, like the Game, everyone used to say like, "Nah, I can't fuck with him" when it comes to diss tracks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know, man. Don't know who's coming out on top for that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Eminem's diss is a bit silly, innit? Like, he says a lot of stuff, but it's like a lot of fast rapping, a lot of silliness.
Yeah.
Whereas like Drake would just come with bars and playful bars and little digs and stuff like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up some old like Eminem beef tracks and get you to listen to.
maybe
some.
I need
It
to.
sounds like you've missed a few.
Yeah, I might need to refamiliarize myself with some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, I want to see how this plays
Chip
out.
and Bugsy, that was a UK one. That was a great time.
That's true. Yeah, they were going back to back for a while, weren't they?
Yeah, that was like one dropped at 6, one's dropping in 2 hours.
Yeah,
one's dropping at midnight.
That's crazy.
sick.
Yeah. Do you ever think like sometimes they just don't have
I
beef?
miss
They're
those
just
old
thinking
days.
it's like a good opportunity to market, just to blow both of them up, but like to blow each other up at the same time, because people love drama, don't
Definitely.
they? Yeah.
Definitely.
I think that's happened in the past multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of rappers end up making up like a couple of months to a year or whatever down the line and just being like, yeah, I respect you, blah, blah, blah. If it was that deep, most of the time, there is no like coming back.
It's like competition, isn't it? It's like having a boxing match. As soon as the fight's finished, they'll hug it out. It's just like a sport, like competition.
Yeah. Bring like an energy drink out or something the next year or something. Smart business. Yeah. Did you guys watch the fight? Did we speak about this last week? The Ngannou fight, the AJ fight.
Nah.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
We did?
Did we speak? Did we
I
speak
thought we
about
did.
it? Had it happened at that point?
We must have done.
Was it like the day before?
When was it?
It was on a Saturday. I think it was last Saturday. Last Saturday? Or the Saturday before?
Oh, maybe we were talking about watching it potentially. Nah, I thought it was the one before.
It was the one before, wasn't it?
No, yeah. So we must have spoke about it.
Yeah. Good fight.
But I didn't watch it anyway.
Yeah, same.
Just in case we didn't speak about it.
I just saw the replay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I watched
same.
the highlights. Yeah. Good job I didn't pay
Nuts,
for it.
right?
It looked like a good fight. I know, yeah.
Yeah.
I was tempted to, but it was the night before I was going to Venice, so I was up. I would have been up kind of late. But yeah, it was over that quick anyway. You didn't even need to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. I sat down in the morning with a coffee. I was like, because normally they put the full fight the next day on like DAZN or whatever they streamed it on.
Yeah.
So I'll get a coffee, sit down and watch it. And I saw it was like 2 minutes long. I was like, oh, it must have been like a 1-rounder or 2-rounder. So
Yeah.
But no, it was a good fight. Good knockout.
I want to go to I haven't been to a boxing match in a while, really, like a proper one. I've been to like those white collar boxing matches where just some of my boys have entered and they've had fights, but I haven't been to like a proper one in a while. UFC, I'd go to UFC as well. I didn't
UFC's a good fight.
used to be a proper fan of UFC, but I like it a lot more now.
Yeah.
I think the energy would be crazy going to a live event.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, UFC's sick. I've
Did you
been
go
to
to
two
see,
in the past before. They were both good.
Would you go and see the McGregor fight if he fights? don't know when that's going to be, but
Yeah. I'll definitely
Would
go
do.
see that fight, but that fight is probably going to be like the most in demand. Probably going to be so pricey.
it's so expensive.
Yeah, those tickets will be insane.
Yeah, they're going to make so much money from that. That's crazy. It's crazy how like there's only like one or two people ever like in each sport or like whatever, like where they just the more they do it every single time, it just makes so much money. Like it's just like they just draw such a big audience. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. I want to get to Thailand, man. I watch some of that
Yeah.
kickboxing. You said that event was sick, didn't you, when you went to that
Yeah,
last
it was,
one?
it was so good.
You're going to go
man.
to more?
Yeah, hopefully I want to go to another one of that one was ONE FC. I definitely want to go to another one of those because those are the best like Muay Thai fights,
Yeah.
the most high energy ones. That was good.
Yeah, I need to.
It's mad that we still, you know, like back in the day, like years and years ago, everyone would just get in an arena and just watch two people kill each other. It's like we've still got this mentality where we really just want to watch two people just fucking go at it. I don't know what it is.
It's never
It's
left.
like warrior instinct or something.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's just like it's like a watered down version of it. Like fighting's still probably like the biggest in terms of like adrenaline, like for watching it live. Then you've got like other sports. I don't know, like even football's kind of like it. It's just way less lethal, I guess. But
Yeah.
it's just crazy how people change when they're in like a crowd. You know, like hooligans. Like, I don't know, when people get in like a huge crowd, they just turn into animals. Not everyone, but like, you know, when you see like hardcore like football fans or like NASCAR or even obviously fighting as well. But yeah, it's crazy. It's got mob mentality.
It's like the adrenaline just takes over.
Yeah.
Fully.
Yeah.
Yo, have you watched did you watch that Theo Von's new podcast with Drewski? I was fucking cracking up, man.
Oh, I didn't
love
see that. I
guy,
saw a
Theo
clip
Von.
of it. Did he get like an old man, like an older American fella in as well?
Yeah, he brings him on like right at the end. I think Drewski knew him, but then Theo Von knew him as well or something, and then he brought him on for like just like 5 minutes at the end. He's like a proper old Florida guy or Southern American guy or something.
Yeah.
It's just funny, man. The whole episode though, them two together is just they just talk so much shit, but it's just so funny.
Yeah, I need to
I
listen to
definitely
that.
recommend that when you get a chance.
I can imagine.
Theo Von is so good, man. He's so funny. Oh my goodness.
Go see him live.
Yeah.
I actually like comedy shows. I don't go to enough of them. But that's another thing,
that's a
like
good point.
when you're actually there live, you're just in way more of a mindset to crack up. Like, because sometimes you watch like stand up at home, and you're not like you might not fully pay attention, or I don't know, you're just chilling at home, so you're not in the mood to just like laugh. But when you're actually at one of those live events and you've got someone in front of you just talking all that shit, it's just so funny, man.
Yeah, makes a huge difference.
Definitely.
Yeah. And you've got like the whole crowd is laughing as well, and it's like it's like way more infectious, isn't it? It's like, yeah, it's so much better. I went to Manchester to watch Lloyd Griffith. I can't remember his name. He's not huge, but he's pretty good. And just being like sat in front of someone, especially when like they're killing it as well. It's just so good. Like they're just so quick with it. Makes you appreciate how hard it is, because it must be so hard to do that, because just literally stand and talk, but try and make everyone laugh at the same time. I don't know, man. It feels like a whole different thing, like a whole different game.
Yeah. I feel like you naturally have to be a bit of a funny person, but then to do like stand-up is a whole other ball game as well. I've had friends that have like, maybe just like one or two friends that have tried to do stand-up, and like I went to his first show and he kind of just like crumbled on stage and almost got booed off, and it was like, when you just feeling the pain for someone, it's like, man, that was horrible. I hate to be that person right now. But he's done other ones and actually like kind of smashed it. But yeah, when you see someone like crumble on stage, it's like, I want to experience that.
Yeah, and it takes a long time to get good at it as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Like if we think 10 years is long for music, like it's probably like 10 years and you're just beginning in comedy kind of thing.
Yeah, because if you look at like people like Kevin Hart and stuff, like they didn't really blow up until he was in like his 40s, but he was doing it for forever, and then just finally got some momentum, and then it just went crazy. But yeah, you always see like the comedians
probably
when
like
they're
the average age in comedians are old.
yeah,
Well, not old, but like they're older guys, isn't it?
yeah, like late 30s, 40s, and then they start to blow up.
Mm.
I think it's just like an experience thing. Like you go through more of like life experience, and then you just slowly like that kind of feeds into it a bit. I feel like you got less to talk about when you're first starting out. Yeah. So
you become a bit smarter with your stories and everything. I think you can connect with people on a deeper level at that point as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Like if you watch like Dave Chappelle do a stand up, sometimes he's just talking to the crowd, but he just like gets everyone listening like so carefully, and he just makes these insane jokes. But whilst he's so smart with what he says as well.
Yeah.
Like Dave Chappelle, I think he's the best comedian ever, man. I don't think there's anyone better than him. Yeah, but he's always been my favorite. Like from like way back when he was doing the Chappelle show. I always used to watch that, just cracking up. So I've just followed him from like way back then.
It's hard for me to say like who's the best, but I have my favorites.
Who's your favorite?
I do like I think his name's Peter Russell, the Canadian guy, the Indian Canadian guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I do like Chris Tucker. I think he's funny.
Yeah, he's joke.
Dave Chappelle's funny for me too. I'm trying to think who else I've seen really.
What about UK guys? Any UK comedians?
No, I never watched a lot of UK comedians. Like when I was younger, I was more into American ones. Yeah, I can't lie. Like now, I'm starting to watch like a few more, but I'm like late into it. Like I watched one of Ricky Gervais's recently, and he was actually cracking me up.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But yeah, growing up, I was always watching like Dave Chappelle, Aries Spears is another one. Obviously, like Chris Tucker, Eddie Murphy, those type of vibes.
Eddie Murphy, yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah, I grew up. I used to watch Peter Kay. I just find him hilarious, proper northerner. He's so joke.
He's like a classic for the UK. There, he's funny, I can't lie.
He's a legend. I heard Joe Rogan talking about Dave Chappelle, and he says like he's the best natural comedian in terms of like he can just go on a stage without a set and just talk to the audience, and then that can be his whole set. Just coming up with jokes on the spot and just reacting to what people are saying or like doing in the crowd. Like, he's the only person he's seen where he can just go up and it just be really comfortable with it. Like he'll just stand in silence for like a few seconds if he needs to, and never really like has that nervousness or anything. He just says he can just do it. Like almost, he said he's like comparing it to UFC. He was like he's kind of like what's his name? What's the UFC heavyweight? Went up to heavyweight.
What, John Jones?
John Jones, yeah. He said he's kind of like John Jones of comedy. Just effortless.
Yeah, I can see that. I think because he's been doing it for so long. Like if you watch his early stand-ups, Killing Them Softly, was it? There was like a few of his early ones where at that point he wasn't really that person who was just like connecting with everyone on a deep level. He was just saying some like funny shit and he'd crack everyone up. But because he's done it for so many years now, he's just got so comfortable with his audience that he does. It feels like he does just do that. He just gets up and just chats.
It's like he's not trying almost.
People like it, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. I think I showed you, Ocean. There's that clip of that young comedian. He was I think it was like an open mic.
I think I might know what one.
It's like an open mic thing, and he's doing his bit on stage, and he makes this joke about pegging, and it wasn't like super funny, but he said at like a specific part of the joke, he just falls off the stage, and it's at the timing is perfect. I'll have to send you a link and see if I can grab it. I'll put it in the chat.
It's hilarious, man.
But it's so funny. And then there's like a few comedians watching it on a podcast, and then the comedians just lose it. One of them just absolutely loses it. Let's see if I can find it. Comedian stage.
Was it someone low key?
Like it wasn't like a well-known one. It looked like he was, just like on a show trying to
like a new guy.
Yeah,
right.
Sure. Here we go.
I've been having a lot of sexual escapades, as I let you know, like having a little interest with some freaky Chicago girls. Realization, I've been talking to one that I don't think pegging is necessarily that gay.
Oh my god!
Oh, bro. Oh, bro.
It's true though. What you've seen it once, and it just never hits like the first time you ever seen it.
Yeah. Oh, bro, it's so stupid.
One time, me and my dad and my uncle, we was going to one of these shows, and we came like 10 minutes late. And I was just about to like march in and walk straight to the front. And my dad yanked me back, and he's like, "You don't walk to the front. When you're
Don't go
late."
to the front.
And then literally, as he did that, two people walked past us and walked to the front. As they sat down, they got the piss taken out of them by the comics the whole entire time because they were late. And then it was so bad that at the end, the comedians like brought him upstage and gave him a gift and was like, "Thank you for just letting us take the piss out of you." Because it was getting worse and worse.
Oh, bro. Man, that's so bad.
But
That's
then
the
one time when I went to I went to you know in LA when they have like comedy shows like every day, and depending on the day you walk in there and there's just someone. You might just walk in and you might see Dave Chappelle one day or Kevin Hart or someone like that.
Yeah.
But I did it one day and they put me right at the front, and yeah, big mistake, big mistake.
What did they call you out?
Yeah, a couple of them was taking a piss. It wasn't too bad. They was just making fun of my dreads and stuff like that. But like, you don't want to sit at the front, bro. Unless you want to, you want to get the piss taken out of you. Like,
sit at the front.
At the back
yeah.
I was just gonna say there's no limits to it. It's like they don't discriminate. Like I went to see Andrew Schultz live, and he's like one of the masters of just chatting shit to the crowd and just taking the piss out of people. But bro, it was like anyone. Like there was this blind guy at the front, and he was just rinsing him. And the whole time he was chatting to him, and he was just like, the stuff he was saying to him, he was like, "Bro, I'm here. Like you're facing the speaker. So I know the sound's coming out of there, but I'm actually talking here."
Oh my god!
It's just like everyone's cracking up, and obviously he's cracking up as well. But it's like, they don't give a fuck. They'll just get anyone.
Yeah, that's what it's about, man. Just humor. It's just jokes at the end of the day. Just jokes at the end of the day, isn't it? Like it's just lighthearted. But man, yeah. Have you seen you know James Acaster? He's like a British comedian.
Oh yeah.
He came on, did his set once. It was for his Netflix special, and he came on and went because normally they take the piss out of the people in the front, but he walks on and just goes, "How are we doing in the back?" And then they're all just like, "Yeah, all right, I guess. Didn't think I was going to start talking to you guys, did you? Just thought you were safe." Just started ripping into them. It was so joke.
That's smart, really.
Yeah, it was good. we got ripped into a little bit when we went to that Manchester show, because we was with like a group of lads, and it was my friend's birthday. And one guy came on and he looked over at us and he was like, "All right, chaps." I was like, "Oh, God." He was like, "You're right." He was like, "You want to what stag do?" I was like, No, it's his birthday. He went, "Whose birthday?" He went, "His there." And he went, and he thought, my friend thought he was going to start chatting shit to him. And he went, "Oh, it's your birthday, is it?" And he was like, "Yeah." He went, "Oh, nice." Anyway, and then just turned around and like started speaking to someone else. But everyone's like anticipating he was going to be like,
think of anything.
Yeah.
Witty, could he?
Yeah. But that was jokes. Yeah.
Who do you think like not comedy live shows, like in music, who's had the best live show you've been to? Like which rappers put on the best performance?
I gotta be honest with you, I don't think I've been to a ton of live rapper shows to really say.
Yeah, me neither.
Nah.
Can't even remember the last one I went to. Probably like Dappy. He wasn't even at it. He was just
that was a while back as well.
Yeah, maybe
Lil TJ.
maybe the same.
We saw Dino and Lil TJ and everyone. So that was probably the last one we went to.
Yeah,
Dino. The last few I've been to only if I've been invited. I gotta be honest.
I hear that.
The last rapper I chose to go to watch was like Wiz Khalifa in 2012 or 2011, something like this.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Do you just is it not really your thing, or you just haven't booked a ticket, or?
Yeah, I'm not really that bothered by it, to be honest with you. I prefer to go like as an invite rather, so I can be a bit more than just like a consumer, maybe like a part of it somehow, whatever.
Yeah,
I hear that.
I think it's the
Have you seen
loads recently.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we wanna sit down and be comfortable.
When we went to that Chucky show, because we went to that
To be
Chucky show,
honest,
didn't
yeah,
we,
the
for
little
Dino,
TJ one.
the little TJ one.
He
Yeah,
was
it was
chilling.
just like, oh man, let's. I hope we've got like a space to sit down. When we went to the Manchester one. Yeah, all about
Yeah,
getting
I'm not
the
trying to
seat,
be in the mosh pit at the front.
Nah, past that age, man.
Yeah, I used to like it though. Like, there's certain shows I've been to where the energy's just been crazy. But I don't know if I'd want that same vibe like now. I'd want it like at the show, but I don't know if I want to be like right in the thick of it. But,
Yeah.
I remember I went to see Schoolboy Q in Mane, and that show was actually sick because I can't remember what album he just put out, but all his tracks were like high energy, so everyone was just going crazy. So that was a good show. But I also like, I don't know, if I go see a rapper, I want to actually hear them rap. I don't want to sound like an old man, but like a lot of rappers these days, they'll just put on a beat. Oh, sorry, not even a beat. They'll just have the track on, and they're kind of just like miming over it or just saying a few words, and you don't actually hear them rapping live. It's just like they play their songs and they're vibing with everyone, which is cool. It's like you go and hear some music and everything, but I don't know. I feel like rappers, they need to actually rap when they're performing live, like put on a beat and just spit over that.
Yeah, I hear you.
I hear you on that one. I hear you on that one.
Yeah, whenever I
But
see,
that is not, it seems like that's not common anymore. It seems.
Nah.
I mean, if you're a rapper, maybe, but I can't remember. Did the Lil TJ one? Did he have just a
Well,
song?
Oh,
I
he
couldn't
had his
hear
songs
him.
on, definitely.
I couldn't, yeah, because he'd have his song on, but the beat was so much louder than his vocals, like you just couldn't hear him. But when Dina was out, like you could hear her like clear as day, and she was like really good. Do you remember? Like
Yeah.
I think we left.
Yeah, she was actually performing.
Yeah, we left
We
early,
left
didn't
after
we?
hers, yeah.
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 I mean, we kind of saw a bit of the Lil TJ one before, but
Oh yeah, first time.
we don't really know songs like that. I didn't. I don't think you guys did either, right?
There was like one song that I recognized.
I don't think we just knew his songs properly. Yeah, that was it. I
Yeah.
feel like if you know all the songs and you can sing along and everything, and it's
Then
one
you
of
can
your
look
favorite
forward to it.
artists, then it's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're just watching the performance, then you actually want to see a performance, not just them playing the songs and doing a few ad libs.
Yeah, it's like when you see those big like performances in like Glastonbury, like Central C or just whoever's performing. It's the same thing. Like they'll just play a beat and then they'll be just running around and then occasionally just shout some of the lyrics, and then it's just more about energy than it is actual like putting on a show. Like I think like there's like there's like a list of certain artists like Chris Brown. Apparently, like his shows are amazing because it's like a full show. Like he'll have like dancers, like he'll be doing dancing plus singing, and it's just like crazy lighting and stuff. Like Travis Scott, same story. But it's hard to you don't see a lot of like
his live shows look crazy.
Yeah, I think Gunna's trying to do better shows
Kendrick
as well.
Lamar though. I went to see Kendrick Lamar last year, and his show was sick. Like that was someone who actually put on a full performance. It was long as well. It was like way over an hour, and it's like everything from like the like the visuals and the background telling a story, like the way he did all his tracks, like everything was just like so perfect and so orchestrated.
Yeah,
but he wasn't just like spitting over his like songs as well. He was actually like rapping. And then you forget how many bangers he's got. Like when he actually starts playing all his tracks, you forget like how much you actually know.
Yeah,
like everything from like the like swimming pools days. Like he was one of like the best performances for sure. But that's why he's like up there in like the top 5 these days.
Yeah,
I can imagine his one being crazy.
Yeah,
I think like the top 3, as we say, like J. Cole, Drake, Kendrick, those ones where they're huge and they can put on like the huge budget and they have such a massive catalog. It's nuts.
I feel like Travis Scott would be good to see live as well. I think he says, I saw in an interview or something, or I think one of you might have said actually, when he makes music, he makes it for a stadium. He doesn't make it just depending on his feeling. Like he'll just do it specifically for it to go off in a stadium. And then when he performs it, like it goes crazy. So
a few years ago, I saw
a good few people do that, don't they? They just record for live shows, and everything they do is just like imagining that end result where people are actually listening. Like a lot of house producers do that as well, because their main thing is to like perform those tracks as a DJ. So everything from like, I've heard people even focus on like things like the frequencies in that low end that you can't really hear. They do certain stuff to that to like make almost like a rumble noise, like building up to make the crowd kind of build up with it.
You feel it in your
all
chest.
those little like techniques.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
Do you think about that when you're making beats?
I really like going to those kind of things.
Yeah. Do you guys think about that when you're making when you're making music, or do you just make music?
I don't.
No,
I don't really. To be honest, like I don't really think about the end goal too much unless I have to. Like if someone says they want something kind of specific, or I'm making something with the intention of giving it to a specific person. But if I'm just making music, like I'm making melodies this day, a lot of the times I like to just try and keep it kind of open and just see what I can come up with without any reference points, and then after kind of deciding the home.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I hear you there. I think if you like say for example, if you got booked for a massive show, I think at that point you might be like, right, okay, let me maybe step into like a different studio and actually test these tracks properly to see what type of vibe they create.
Yeah.
Like obviously if you perform to like thousands of people, then it's like you want to make sure everything's sounding right, don't you? But if we're just like making beats and samples at the moment, probably not thinking about that straight away anyway. You can always revisit stuff as well. Like if, for example, Ocean, you did get booked for like a massive show this year, then you might be like, all right, let me go back to these tracks and just listen properly and think about that. But in the moment, you're just like creating out here. I'm not trying to think about all those little parts.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially for like those house beats and stuff like that. I mean, kind of, I do. If I am making that, then I kind of try and keep in the back of my mind, like it's going to be played out. But all those like little details and stuff that you was talking about, like the frequencies and that, I think a lot of that happens in like the arrangement and the mixing after the idea anyway.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because you do certain stuff in the arrangement which is quite natural. Like for house tracks, obviously you have those moments where it's like there's a big build up, the snare rolls and everything, and an impactful drop. So that's like one thing I guess you just do naturally in the tracks that would perform well live.
Yeah, that's it. I need to figure it out.
I was going to say before as well, I actually saw, Mobb Deep.
Oh yeah.
I saw Mobb Deep live. It was just Havoc. But it was good though. Right. I went to the show in Madrid. I think this was like 2019, just before COVID.
Was that after Prodigy died then? It would have been, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I knew his DJ, so he brought me through. And it was a good show. It was like a small show in Madrid, not even too much people, maybe 200, 300. But because it was so intimate, like everyone was there, was really there. You know what I mean? Like they wanted to be there. So the vibe was good.
And he's probably properly performing as well. He comes from
he was rapping. And even he brought his guy with him to like open up. And he was sick. Like he was rapping. Just like the beat on, and he was doing his thing.
That's what I want to hear live, man. I've seen Redman and Method Man. They were two people that do a sick live show who can like actually spit. And obviously because they're a bit more old school now, they had their DJ was vinyl as well. But this guy was like turning around and like scratching behind his back and everything.
Bro, that's
like,
sick.
He was just so sick on decks. Like, that stuff's crazy to see.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Is there anyone you haven't seen that you would want to see?
Right now, well, I've never seen Drake, so I would want to see that live show. I've seen,
definitely.
J. Cole, haven't seen him. I think he'd put on a good show. I think Travis Scott, obviously. I think that energy would be crazy being in that room.
Yeah.
Who else? I can't think. Definitely those. There's a lot of people that I'd like to see just because I'm a fan of their work, but I don't know who would put on like a really good live show.
I would have liked to see Post Malone like maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah,
like just before all this new stuff, because I think that would have been so sick.
Yeah, when he was more like
his first two albums.
Yeah,
that
that would
be cool.
So
Matt Miller put on a good show. I saw Matt Miller like just before he died.
That must have been so sick.
If
there's
and
anyone
he's
that
another one that can actually spit.
Yeah, and the album that he put out when he died was like really good as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Really
made some really
musical.
good music, man. He could jump on like anything. He could
Hmm.
make some like hard trap stuff, some
Was
catchy
you
stuff, some more melodic like singing stuff. He was
do,
sick.
do you guys remember this kind of like this early music internet era? So I want to say like between 2009 to like 2011, 2012, and it was like that Piff days, and people were dropping mixtapes. So like Mac Miller had a
Yeah.
mixtape, Wiz Khalifa had a mixtape, and
Yeah,
it
of
was like these
course.
guys who were just blowing up through the internet completely. That kind of era, because that's how I found Mac Miller, and then
Yeah,
through Mac
Yeah,
same.
Miller I
same.
found like a bunch of these kind of guys as well. Like Logic was a part of this kind of era. Kid Cudi to an extent, Wiz Khalifa
Yeah.
for sure,
Yeah,
Wiz
Wiz Khalifa.
Khalifa,
even
yeah,
ASAP Rocky
definitely.
to an extent.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole era, yeah, man, that was. I was thinking about that other day. That was such a good era for music. Even Kendrick, early Kendrick, his mixtapes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was wasn't Kendrick a hype man for someone? Wasn't he a hype man for they were part of a group, weren't they, called Black Hippie? There was like him, might have been Schoolboy Q, and
J Rock, Absol.
yeah, J Rock, that's what I was thinking of.
J Rock, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Mad.
definitely part of that. I'd just go on like download sprees. I'd like go in like the
Yeah.
charts, so just
Yeah.
download loads of mixtapes and just listen. That's how you'd find people back then.
Yeah, that was me all day long, man. My iPod was just filled with these kind of mixtapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've still got some of those mixtapes on my phone because, like, on Apple Music, you could have like your iTunes library on there. So like back in the day when I was downloading those tapes, I was putting them onto iTunes so I could hear them on my phone. And then when Apple Music came out, that's why I got that, because you could mix your own library with the whole Apple Music library, whereas you couldn't do that on Spotify at the time. I don't know if you can do it now, but that's why I ran with Apple Music at that time. So I've still got mixtapes from that Piff on my phone that I still stream to
that's
this day,
awesome.
like some of the early like I know. Because they just come in like, if you just got shuffle on one time, you just forget about songs, don't you? And then
Yeah.
pops up in the random shuffle.
Yeah.
Like some early Lloyd Banks ones. I
Lloyd
think Lloyd Banks
Banks.
is like crazy underrated, man.
Yeah,
You actually
he
listen
really-
to his like solo projects. He can actually spit. He's
yeah, he had
sick.
some bangers. Did he do like a soundtrack for Get Rich or Die Trying, the movie? He had one song on there, I think it was just by himself, but it was such a banger. I can't remember the name of the song now, but yeah, he had a really good song
Probably
on that
did,
soundtrack.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think
that-
or what era do you think was best? I think I was listening to DJ Payne's podcast and they were talking about this because you had like the blog era of people having to like reach out to all these blog sites and get the music played that way, or you'd go through like all these blog forums and people would download music there, and then you had like Dat Piff, and now obviously like social media, TikTok. What do you think's been the best, or what do you think would be the best for an artist?
The blog era was good because I really felt like it's hard to say because you can even argue that everyone has a chance with TikTok, but I feel like in the blog era there wasn't as many rappers. Maybe it felt like there was a lot less, but
Yeah.
it just seemed man, it's tough to say. If I was an artist coming up, what era would I want to be in? Definitely not the early 2000s because that was all music labels. I think it would be so hard to be independent then.
I think now's been a better time.
Now
It's
for
everyone
everyone.
can.
It's because everyone can do it now. Yeah, that's the thing. Like before, you'd have to go to a studio or at least somewhere where someone had a setup. Whereas now you can literally
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
set up from your home, just do everything from home, really, technically. So,
Because even in that early blog era / to that Piff era, you still had to not everyone had a camera, and not
Yeah.
everyone had like Logic Pro X and FL Studio. Like that was still quite rare, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it was.
And I bet it was still about
pricey.
connections then. I bet you had to know someone who was like running those blog sites, or maybe getting paid, or maybe paying to like get on those pages anyway.
Yeah. But during
Everyone
that
would have been
time, it
submitting
really
music.
people seemed like they were like tuning into these mixtapes. Whereas like I don't know if you could just drop a mixtape now. It's kind of you got to drop songs and singles and stuff like that
Yeah.
in the beginning anyway.
There's too
Yeah.
much music now, man. I
Yeah.
always forget the number, but the amount of songs that get uploaded to Spotify every day must be like over 100K. So competing against that, let me Google that actually, so I'm not getting my facts wrong. Like how many songs are uploaded to Spotify every day?
Yeah, I think it is something like 100K. It's a lot.
Spotify uploads 60,000 new tracks every day.
60,000.
60,000. Just Spotify.
Even that's still a lot, though.
Yeah.
Oh wait, and now I think that's just Spotify. This other site, Music Business Worldwide, there are now 120,000 new tracks hitting music streaming services every day. So maybe that's like all services together.
Like combined.
So yeah, maybe I was riding like over 100K tracks like every day. So competing against that, it's tough, man.
Yeah.
Very tough.
Yeah, that's
It's
crazy.
like because it's almost like what you do with TikTok, isn't it? You just watch a video, scroll into the next one, next one, next one.
Yeah.
It's same stuff with music because you just see so much of it. It's like it's really hard to, unless something like really catches you. Like there's a couple of people recently who have like really caught my attention. I think we spoke about him last week actually. That 4bats, and then another guy who's been around for a while, but I just recently started tuning into him. He's called That Mexican OT. Have you heard of him?
I've heard this name, but I haven't listened to his music, but I definitely heard the name.
He's sick. He's one guy when you see an image of him, you're like, I don't know, obviously there's like a stereotypical image of like rappers. He's just not that guy. So when you see him, you're like, you don't know if he can rap. And then he puts his tracks on and he's sick.
Yeah.
Listen
What kind of
to,
music?
there's a song. He's from Texas. So he kind of makes like southern trap, but it's just got like a mix really. But yeah, I guess it's kind of like southern trap, like Texas trap. But listen to, there's a track called Johnny Dang, which is sick. Like he does one of those, what's that freestyle platform where there's like just a
with
mic
the
hanging
hanging
down.
mic.
What, off
Yeah.
the radar?
No.
Is it off the radar? Yeah.
Oh, is it?
For shooters only.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you seen that one?
I think I might have
Like
seen
in
this
the
one on there,
video,
actually.
he's got a cowboy hat. He's just holding a
Yeah,
chicken, and
I
then
have
his boy
seen
in
that
the
one, yeah.
background is just doing like circles on a horse.
Yeah.
But he's sick. He could actually.
He is
spit.
really good. He is really good. But I know what you mean about
But I
music.
can
though.
see
It's
why
so
that
like
catches my attention.
yeah, it's different, isn't it? Like 4bats as well. Like he looks like a thug gang,
Yeah.
and then you hear him sing, and it's like what? It doesn't make any sense. But it's like I know what you
Yeah.
mean. Though, like
That's a lot of what music is now, though, isn't it? Like you have to catch the people's attention in some way.
yeah,
Like, imagine if he could just rap but didn't have the Mexican hat. Would you say the cowboy hat and the chicken in his hand?
Yeah.
yeah,
Then like it immediately gets like way less views than that. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. It's always been.
You have
I
to
feel
do
like
a
it's
lot.
always been
A
like
lot.
that. Like you have to be a bit like Lil Wayne came about, totally different from everyone. 50 Cent, totally different. Pop Smoke, totally different. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
always like you have to
Totally different in music, but not necessarily with image. Like Pop Smoke was just
yeah,
a
that's true.
typical looking rapper. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Or even if
Yeah.
you go back to like, I think back in the, I don't want to make these kind of claims because I still think it applies now. You still have to have some sort of difference musically. But I think back then it was more about the music.
Yeah,
A bit more about the
100%.
music. You have to have you always have to have image,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the music was always first. Whereas like now, music and image is kind of hand in hand. You can have everyone kind of has great music, but if you don't have the image, it's not going to work.
Yeah,
You have to have
Yeah,
both.
that's
I
true.
think.
yeah, you do. Like Prince, I suppose back in the day, he's like an anomaly. Like, he just looks totally different. Yeah, it's a hard one, man. But I feel like I don't know. With like, I know what you mean about music. It's so like like it's so disposable. It's like a commodity almost. It's like you can't, even if you like a song, like you're scrolling through TikTok and you like it, like you can't find it again because like so much noise. You just
Yeah,
you
you
just
got to
end
save
up,
that.
yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to save it. Like, yeah, and there's only the odd song. Like I say, there's only one or two songs maybe a year where it really breaks through and it sticks. Like for me, that YG Marley song, that's been like one song where I'm like, I actually really like this song. It's not happened for a long time where I've been like, I could sit and loop it and be like, I actually really like fuck with this song. And then that 4bats guy as well. Like
Yeah.
I can sit and listen to that song. But yeah, there's not a lot. There's not
Yeah,
a
he's
lot.
actually hard.
It's so hard. Yeah, it's really good. But there's not a lot of music that's like that where you can really just have it on loop and not get bored of it.
Yeah. But the other thing is as well, you have to, because we're in that content age, it's like you have to have your face in front of someone so many times before you actually tune into it. You know, like you were saying, you might hear one thing and you kind of like it, but you're just scrolling on anyway. If that song were like kept on popping up in your feed, and it was like the 7th time you've heard it, it was like, you know what, let me actually check out this song. It's like marketing, isn't it? Like, I don't know the number now because it always changes, but you have to have your product in front of someone's eyes like so many times before you actually make a purchase.
Yeah.
The same thing with music, really.
Yeah,
so
that's
like
true.
when artists just release a track, they post on TikTok once, it's like new music video out now, and then they wonder why no one's tuning into it.
Yeah.
But then the ones that you do actually tune into, they're the ones that are like popping up on your feed like constantly.
Every day.
It's almost like they're almost like shoving it in your face so much that you have to listen to it.
Yeah, exactly. I heard someone say, like someone in the music business on a podcast, he was saying that nowadays you're not an artist, you're not an artist first, you're a content creator that makes music. You're not someone that makes music that does content creation on the side, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, the content has to be first priority, and then the music. Oh God, I'm wording this so badly, but yeah, content. You're a content creator that makes music.
I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I know what you're
especially
trying to
if you're an up and coming artist.
Which is sad, really, because it shouldn't have to be like that. But obviously, there's benefits to it as well, because there's a chance to get yourself out there.
Did you ever see this TikTok that was going around, and it went super viral? It was this artist. She was saying like, it's so embarrassing to have to promote your music, and she was saying like, she was just taking the piss out of people promoting their music, basically. And I kind of got where she was coming from as an artist, because I guess a lot of people, or a lot of artists anyway, they come into music just wanting to make music and not want to do all the work behind it in terms of like the business and stuff. But at the same time, I thought it's such a good, when you actually think about it, now is a really good time to be an artist, because you can do that. Because before you couldn't do that. Like, you couldn't reach your audience, whereas like now, you can go directly to your audience. Yes, like,
and you can do it from the comfort of your own home as well.
Yeah, you can do it from anywhere in the world. You don't have to be in New York or LA or London. You don't have to do these A&R meetings and sign to a record label and then hope that they put you on. You can just like put yourself on. It's not easy, but it's possible. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. That's why I think like now is the best time we've ever had to blow up for an artist or producer, really. Because like you said, like years back, it might have either been getting recognized by a label or putting in like crazy work. Like, you think it's hard to get your music out there now. Like you're saying, like you can be in the comfort of your own home now. Like back in the day, people were like selling CDs on the street.
Yeah.
Like, imagine someone trying to do that now. Imagine telling artists that you have to actually get out of
people
home.
do that. People in Camden
still do that,
with their CDs and shit.
Yeah.
It's mad. It is mad. But I also think as well, like, it is that era where we will probably get, or we are getting like really good music because you can do it all from home. People are embracing where they're coming from as well, and that in itself just makes the content, like the music, even more unique. Because before, like I say, you had to travel, you had to impress A&Rs, you had to be going to labels and trying to get in the right rooms. So you
even like open mics as well. If you remember, open mics a while back used to be a thing where artists would be looking for like any open mic to go to, and a lot of it was down to like live shows as well. Maybe that's why people aren't performing as good now, because if you think about someone just blowing up on TikTok and then doing their first live show, how are you going to even know like what to do? Imagine your first show being in front of like tens of thousands of people. You've never had any experience of performing live.
Didn't Russ say something
a
about
Central
that?
C kind of thing as well?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he kind of blew up during lockdown where he really started to get his traction. But, of course, throughout that whole year, there is no performances. So it's not until like the next year that comes around, 2021, 2022. And now he's on like a huge platform. He's massive. That's when he starts doing like his first few shows.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I heard Russ say something about that on that Andrew Schultz podcast, where it wasn't him, it was someone that he knew who was like, who'd blown up on TikTok. And then they arranged for a show for them to do, and Russ purposely said like, don't do it in a big venue, and it sold out. And there was not enough like for people like, why are you only selling like 2,000 tickets or like 1,000 tickets? And he's like, and Russ was like, he's never performed before. So like, don't put that much pressure on the guy. Like, let him, get used to performing in front of people, and then do the big arenas.
Of course, yeah. And I bet something like, I don't know, I bet like a smaller venue, even just filling out, because 2,000 is still a lot of people. Like performing in front of 2,000 people would be, I don't know, almost a bit better than performing at a huge arena. It might be a bit more intimate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
say that, but then that's that feeling of performing at an arena as well. Imagine like a whole stadium like singing your song. That would be wild. So
crazy. How did you feel
Yeah.
doing your performance? You know, the album launch, because that was like super intimate.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, before it, I wasn't like that nervous, to be honest. When he's like, "Yo, Jay, come up here," then I was like, "Oh shit, nerves are starting to kick in." But the thing there is, it was only like, obviously there weren't like many people there, but the issue I had was I couldn't hear the beat. So when I was spitting, like when I watch a video back, I'm like so off beat. But when I was up there, I couldn't actually hear the beat because the speakers, like, we were just using those ones in front of us, just facing everyone, and there was like mad latency in the microphone as well. And I haven't performed live in like a long time, so everything just felt like so off and unnatural. So yeah, but I mean, it was like just close people that we know, obviously all Geo's people as well. But it did make me think like, yeah, to perform live, you actually have to have good experience with that. Like Geo had done like quite a few live shows, and he's quite good at crowd control and stuff like that. Yeah. So he's usually he's like prepared for those things. But it's been years since I've done anything like that. I don't rap or anything. I just wanted to do it for some fun for the album. But yeah, I was like mad offbeat.
No, it wasn't that bad. Like when you did it, it sounded fine to me. But I don't know. It must be like standing behind the speakers must have been like really hard to hear everything.
Yeah. It was the delay in the mic as well. Like when you like hear yourself, you're hearing yourself like after you've spoke, so it like, fully throws you off.
Yeah. Were you able to do like a sound check before everything like kicked off?
Sort of. Kind of. Only like said like a few words, didn't really like perform anything. And I didn't do one, like Geo just tested it. And we knew from that it was kind of hard to figure out what was going on. And that was before people came in. So when everyone's in there and there's like noise and everything, it's a bit different.
Yeah.
How would you feel about a live show performing? Because you've recorded a few tracks now.
Yeah, I think about it, but I'm just like, I don't know if I'd do it for sure. But yeah, I think you just have to bite the bullet and do a few shit ones to get good at it, like anything really. But I'd maybe do it. Yeah, I'd maybe do it. We'll see when I finally drop this other one. The first one.
Definitely takes practice.
Yeah.
What did you get from your live show? Like, was it what you expected, Ocean? And like, did you take anything from it in terms of like what you would have done?
Yeah, definitely. I was thinking about this the other day. I look back at that and think like, damn, how can I have been so naive to choose this to like do that kind of set? I knew, like, looking back, it was an obvious mistake. I should have definitely played something way more high energy. But I don't know what I was thinking to play like such mellow tracks. Because when I spoke to the guy, he was like, "Yeah, that'll be fine." But like, I don't know, common sense should have told me like, you're in a festival, people want to dance and move. Like, you should definitely be playing that upbeat stuff. I think, yeah, in hindsight, it was just chill. But now I've been to quite a few events now. I haven't really DJ'd much since, but I still make that kind of music, and I think I have like a better understanding of like what will work in these kind of environments.
Yeah.
And it didn't put me off in any way at all. If anything, it makes me want to do it again.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Was I nervous? I wasn't nervous until, like you said, 5 minutes, and then the butterflies kind of kicked in a bit. Like, okay, I'm going to actually do this now.
I hear that. But I was going to say, when we went to that festival to watch it, like if you told me like early on you were performing like a chilled house set, I would have been like, yeah, that's cool, because it wasn't like I don't know, it seemed like a more chilled festival where everyone there was a bit more. Obviously there was different tents, there was like a drum and bass one and things like that, but because of the festival it was like in the woods. I thought it was more like free spirit, hippie vibes, like people are there to just pop some MD and relax, if that's a thing. But I would have thought you would have been safe with a chilled house set, but I can see where you're coming from as well.
Yeah, because as soon as I walked off and the next guy come up, it's like the energy just came back. Do you know what I mean? Because the music was just maybe a couple BPMs faster. It's a lot more happening. And then the crowd started to just slowly come back. And I was like, yeah, probably. Straight away, I was like, yeah, I should have played something a bit more energy. But it's good, though. It's good that I had that.
Would you do that one
experience.
again this year?
Yeah, I mean, if I was invited, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I got some ideas that I want to do here for sure. But I think it's good that maybe my first set wasn't amazing. It's good that I had something to learn from, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And that was your very first DJ set too. It's still like quite a big thing for the first show. I bet most DJs, their first performance is like
Just a local pub or something.
Like at a working man's club at
Yeah.
your uncle's birthday. You know?
Yeah, a lot of the times it is.
Yeah.
I definitely got blessed with that one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
So
as
cool.
well with the timing, 'cause it wasn't like super busy like anywhere at that point. I think people were still like rolling in. So
It was like 4 p.m, so it was
Yeah.
an early one as well.
it was like kind of early.
Probably
So,
gets live around like 9, 10.
yeah, like as we were leaving, it
But
looked like
imagine if I had
eh,
imagine if I had a 9 p.m. slot or a 10 p.m. slot, and it was busy like that, and I played my set. Then that could have been even worse.
true.
You know what I'm trying to say?
true. Yeah, that's true. No, it's true. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be like, like booed off. Oh, nothing worse like getting booed off the stage, or like, I don't know, just people saying like next. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that would be horrible. I
Man.
think somewhere like that, because there's other options, I think people would just bounce and just go to a different one if they weren't feeling it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But no. Oh, what you guys got on for the rest of the
Ready,
day?
boys?
You know, huh?
Today, not much today actually. I might go gym, and then a couple little bits I need to do, just some admin stuff on the laptop, I think, and then I think pretty chilled weekend. You know, sometimes I feel, I don't know, taking full weekends off. I feel like I'm taking too much time off, man. Like when I come back to Monday, I'm like, man, I've had like full 48 hours of not doing anything. I don't feel right.
I
I
hate
feel like
you.
one day off
Sometimes
would be
you,
all right.
sometimes you take like 2 days off, and then you come back and it feels like you've been away for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've forgotten how to
Like
do
you,
everything.
you're so distant away from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Definitely.
good to recharge, man. It's definitely good to recharge.
Yeah, definitely.
It is needed. It's needed. But yeah, I'm just feeling like right now 2 days is too much. So I always like to I feel like I'm doing something, even if it is just like some admin stuff on the laptop, like clearing my emails or something like that. Just then at least when I come back around to it, I can just focus on music again.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
How about you?
And me?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a couple of little bits really. I've just opened up like an early birds thing for like a private community. So I need to do some work on that.
Did you do it on Circle in the end or somewhere else?
Yeah, sweet. I looked at Circle and I was like, it's like Discord, isn't it? But you can put courses in there and do everything. So
Yeah.
I went with Circle in the end, and
Nice.
just need to work on that, and then see the mother, and then see one of my friends that one of my mates that's come through from down south. Like we grew up together in my hometown, and then he's come up to visit his family. So I'm going to see them, and then that's it. I think just fairly chilled one today. Yeah. How about you, Ocean?
How about you as well, Ocean?
It's almost, oh shit, it's 6:30 now. So I'm just going to finish up some small tasks. And then I haven't been to the Riverside yet. Apparently there's like a lot going on there. So I'm going to check out a new area today.
Nice.
And then by the time I come back, that's kind of it.
Cool, man.
Sounds good.
Nothing too crazy then.
Yeah, nice and chill.
But yeah,
Right.
it's probably a good time to wrap it up then. So,
Yeah.
yeah, appreciate everyone for listening. See you all in the next one, man.
Peace.
See you later.